raising women as second-class citizens.
That's how they'll see themselves.
Never see themselves.
But that woman now, she doesn't see her value. She doesn't see her.
They will never see themselves. We have women who can turn on the gen when their husbands are not around.
I've seen so many stories on TikTok of, maybe women visiting Nigeria. They're from Nigeria, but they didn't live here, and they want to get a place or an apartment or buy land, and they have to get it in the name of a man because of the simple fact that you do not own a penis, you have a vagina.
And they just believe that after your father's house, you're moving to your husband's house.
Yes.
And then social media also will bring it up here. Now we have the gay and the side about
ahead of that guy.
So in fact, as it stands, it might become worse because gay now is trying to make the men hard-hearted towards women.
Oh, really?
And then side abortion is trying to, also make the women hard-hearted towards men. It's kind of clash. So this gay university and side abortion university, that means Nigeria is in problem.
Don't they really see how this shapes the kind of women we are producing? Hi, I'm MM.
Hi, I'm Emaidio.
And hi, I'm Mehitabel.
And welcome to Truth in Bikinis,
where we strip down life toughest issues to its core truth.
At least the ones affecting women.
And today we'll be talking about bodily autonomy. Who really owns a woman's body? Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to ask permission for something you wanted to do on your body?
Yeah, okay.
I think so. I'm still living under my parents, so that's like my everyday life. But I think as I got older, I didn't have to ask for things as much, right? So it's like I have my own money now. I have a good amount, just okay to carry me by. So, normally the things I would ask them, my parents will have their money over me. And my parents are not the type to really, control what you do too much. So I'm just lucky on that part. But yes, even I pierced my nose. I even did a secret thing. They said, me, when I pierced it, I was like, I'll pierce it now, ask for forgiveness later. That's how it was. But surprisingly, they didn't really react
to that.
I had to even call my father's attention to it. I said, Daddy, I've seen my nose. You've not said anything. He said, oh, okay, it's fine, but why did you choose this one? And that's how it ended. I think my situation is very different from most people and most, Nigerian kids.
Girls. Yeah.
Most Nigerian girls.
All right. How about you,
Okay, well, mine, I tried bobbing my hair once. I had a relaxed hair, so I tried using a virgin hair. So, and the hair was kind of long. And when I tried bobbing it, my mom was like, what? You want to, and I need to take the permission from her first because I know bobbing that hair without her consent, and she's just with me in the house, and all of a sudden she sees me coming back. That would be a problem. So she needs to sit me down first and ask me again and again, why do you want to bob this hair? I need to explain to her, Mommy, listen, I had to bob this hair so that I can be twisting the virgin hair sometimes, and you will like it. This dreadlock type of hair. I need to convince her enough.
Really?
So when she saw the reason, she said, okay, go ahead. So when I got to the barbing salon, the young man asked me, are you sure Mommy is aware you're barbing your hair?
Wow.
So Mommy needs to be aware because I can't go ahead to barb this hair until I'm sure Mommy is aware. I had to tell him, Mommy is aware. Like me when I was in the university.
Wow.
I told him, Mommy is aware. So he had to call my mom first. My mom said, don't worry.
Are you serious?
Yes, the guy he had to call my mom first. My mom said, I'm aware. Don't worry, go ahead and barb my hair. So that was how I got my hair barbed. If not.
I kind of find it funny, I heard a woman say something like that she wanted to go on a low cut, and then she went to the barbers, and the barbers were like, is your husband aware? And she's like, my hair. I said, no, you have to go get your husband's consent. And I was like, to barb your hair? So it's like the barber needed to have the man's consent to actually lower that woman's hair. And the woman was like, I don't know whether she eventually went and got consent from the husband, because it seems like there are husbands who actually like, you go over there, you are wearing a low cut, your husband left you with the full hair, then you're wearing a low cut, and then they drag you to the barber salon like, how dare you touch my wife's hair? It's like there are men who actually do such drama, and so the guy refused to have that woman's hair. And
if you see a barber acting like that, just know that from his previous experiences, he has received one or two blows from husbands. So as a result of that, he needs to take caution before barbing women's hair without
We
their
never would
husband's
have thought that
consent.
this was a real issue. Like, we never would have sat down and really looked at it and said that women really do not have
Yeah,
that
bodily
right over their
autonomy.
bodies.
Yes.
Like, you want to do something on your body, you're going to need consent from someone that is, whether if you're
Above
married,
you.
then you need your husband's
Husband.
consent. If you're not married, you need your mother or your father's consent. And why do we think this is? What's really going on? Like,
I think it's maybe religion, because a lot of religions don't really put women in a place of autonomy. If you notice through some religious texts, women are usually like a step way to further the man's story, or on that they are kind of a passing thought a lot of the time. And then you have a few scriptures like the man is the head. I think that people now take it a bit too out of context and treat women like they are children and they are not full grown
yes,
adults.
yeah.
I watched this podcast. I don't know if I saw a podcast, but it was a YouTube video. I've forgotten the name of this thing. But they'll gather a bunch of people. They'll be like ex-Christians versus Christians, and they'll argue.
Okay,
So
yeah, I think I know those guys.
things
yeah.
like that, but not the Nigerian version. I think
Yeah,
it's
I
the
know.
original.
Yeah, I know them.
So they were asking like, I think anti-feminist and feminist, and like there was a man that was like that. Oh, women don't know what they want. It's like you have to tell them. They're like children. You understand? You have to,
can
and that's
imagine.
his genuine worldview. He sees a woman as a child.
Child.
She's not making a sound decision. I even noticed this messaging in the media, like women being termed as crazy, overly emotional.
Yeah.
There's this constant messaging that as a woman, you're not really a person. You're not really a fool. You're maybe a pet, a child, but you are always.
Yes, you can't make decisions.
You can't
for
make those
yourself,
full
Someone
decisions.
needs to help
And it's sad because women have tried and tried again. Okay, they've tried and put effort. Women are constantly trying to prove themselves as worthy to make their own decisions, make their own money. It's crazy. And in this 2025, it's still happening like that,
very bad.
And when people say these things like, oh, there's no need for feminism now and all that, you don't understand that if you're not alert and your eyes are not open and you're not actively seeing the things that are happening around you, you can easily go back to the way it was.
Yeah, the way it used to be.
The
yeah.
way it used to be. And the way it was very painful. It was very sad. It was very depressing. What do you mean? Like some places, if you want to rent, I've seen so many stories on TikTok of maybe women visiting Nigeria, they're from Nigeria, but they didn't live here. And they want to get a place or an apartment or buy land. And they have to get it in the name of a man. They have to get it through, if they have a boyfriend.
Yeah, if you're single, you're not allowed
If you're
to
single,
rent
you're
a
not
space.
allowed to
in
rent
a place
a
like
space.
Lagos,
In a place like Lagos, you need to bring your father or you need to bring
What?
your boyfriend, you need to bring a man and pretend like he's the person that's buying the place and you're just, his pretty attachment on the arm too.
You can imagine.
It's crazy. And no matter how much your monthly, yearly income, it doesn't matter because of the simple fact that you do not own a penis. You have a vagina and
Traditionally,
traditionally,
the society kind of shaped everything, shaped the women into like they can't have their own decisions.
Their own say, yeah.
Yeah, so they know that as a child you grow into like your mom is the one taking responsibilities, the one advising. So whatever you do, you take you have to seek your mom's consent, your parents' consent, and they just believe that after your father's house, you're moving to your husband's house.
Yes.
So your parents own you as first, and then
So
the next
they
person that
hand you
own you now,
over.
yes, they hand you over
Yes,
to your
it's
husband.
true.
So now you stay with your husband
They hand you over to the next
forever.
owner.
So they believe you have no time of making your own
Yeah,
decisions.
to make your own decisions.
Yeah, so they feel that you are always under an umbrella.
But don't they really see how this shapes the kind of women we are producing? Like, because it seems like women have actually a lot of women have come to that point where it's okay for them.
Yes,
And it's not because it's really okay, but it's because they've been shaped that way, they've been taught that way.
Even something like this tubal ligation.
Okay.
The tubal ligation, you know that this tubal ligation is something that mostly affects the women,
Yeah.
but they will still want the woman to seek the consent of her husband first. before
Okay,
going
so
through.
I think that Maitaba was saying something about religion. You know how religion has shaped the way women are seen, the way women are related to.
Yeah.
Can we really say that it's wrong? Like the way religion thought about women, is it wrong?
I
You know,
do think it's wrong. I think it's very wrong. I think generally with any religion, your thoughts not to think too hard. Your thoughts not to ask questions. The questions you ask, they are from Satan. This you just have to sit down and listen
and
and
take
obey
everything.
and
Yeah.
take it. You don't have to ask, and that's the thing. And to be a religious person, you have to turn off the part of your brain that's ringing alarm bells and ringing red
That
flags.
asks questions.
And
Yeah.
because religion centers men, most times they're
Yeah.
really male centered. If a woman is centered, it's an exception. And because it's so centered, it's like it benefits men.
Men
Okay,
more.
it benefits men. And the person, the oppressor, is not going to see them oppressing others as wrong.
That's wrong.
They
Yeah.
have this savior
Definitely.
complex. They have this because it's
Definitely.
benefiting me. Why do you think there's so many men that are angry that with feminism? Why do you think there's so many men that are shouting? Like this one guy was shouting, like black women don't know their place. They don't know their place. They don't know. They want to fight. They want to talk. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like women are asking, "What's my place? What is my place?" Who is? It's like they are in a position of dominance as much as they want to say, male loneliness epidemic and men are going through a lot. The reason why they are
Men are going
fighting,
through a lot.
the reason why they are fighting so hard is because it benefits them. It's a system that's
Yeah.
benefited them for years. And watching that be a thing, drifting away from you, it's scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's scary. They're like,
The fact that you're losing that power.
this was the idea I had of having a wife, and now it's like all these women, the women are not like our mothers anymore.
Yeah.
They are trying to. And it's
Yeah,
like,
they're not like our mothers. That's a thing, yeah.
I'm trying to be autonomous.
it's just like the term of slavery, right? Slavery was legal. It had the people it benefited and it had people that it didn't. And yeah, sure, there were some white people that fought for slaves to be free. But a good majority of them were like, no, this is our means of living. This is our, do you get?
Yeah, it
They have
is.
heavy, serious businesses taking advantage of, the bodies of black people. And, the moment people were trying to say, no, this
To be
is
free,
wrong.
yeah.
These are humans. They need to be free. See how angry they were. See how much they fought against it. And till today, racism still lingers. The aftertaste is still there. Because they lost everything. They lost their they lost their land, not to mention the black people that ended up starting to do better. And it's like, to them, they were seeing it as this is wrong. Like, the way they taught slaves, like, they will use that same Bible to justify it. They will say, yeah, be a good slave. Like, obey your master, do that. They gave them a Bible. Like, that's one thing that they gave them access to. They didn't let them have literature or any other books, but they let them have Bibles, let them have churches, and they manipulated that, used that as a way to control them. And I think that's the same thing that's happening now. Maybe not as, aggressive, but it's like, it's sad to be seen as a second-class citizen.
I think some religious practices kind of put women in slavery.
Yeah.
It's because there are so many don'ts for women. Women,
Mention.
there are some religions that as a woman, especially when you're married, you stay indoors. You don't go out. There are some religions
really?
like that. Yes, you stay indoors. Some of your body, people
Cannot
don't
be
need to see it.
exposed,
Yes, can't be exposed. But your husband can
Moves
go out there
around,
freely.
yeah.
And then they also use this word now, submit. Now the submit.
That one is
submit
Christianity now.
Yes, the
Yeah.
submission now.
I think
There are
other
they
religions.
can there are
Oh, really?
ways they kind
Abrahamic
of
religion specifically, because
yes. So when they're saying submit, the way some people kind of view that submission, it means whatsoever your husband does, you don't have a right to question him. Because as a woman, you are to submit spirit, soul, and body. So, and there are also aspects where a man can marry as many women as he wants. And you as a woman, you don't have a say because the
Yes.
word there says you just have to submit. So religion kind of puts some women in slavery. you don't have a say, because the teachings there is that if you are going against the teachings there, it's termed you going against religion, practices, and beliefs.
Okay. So let's even look at this from a marriage standpoint, yeah?
Okay.
So like a woman wants to undergo something like tribal ligation, for instance. Don't you think they should talk to their husbands about
Well,
it?
I think they should, because
Yeah.
a healthy marriage, you need to communicate with your
Communicate,
partner.
yes.
So, something that, as serious as tubal
Casting your
ligation,
tubes,
yeah,
yes.
you need to speak with your husband. Okay, I think I need to go for this because okay, this is the number of kids we have. I think we
Yeah,
need
I
to
think
end
we are
there.
ready to-
Or maybe some people they said, okay, you put to bed through CS, and this is the third one. The doctor can tell you the fourth one now might be risky. So you might just
Yes.
want to go for the tubal ligation. And a sensible partner would understand that, okay, you need to go for this. But if a woman knows that the husband or the partner isn't sensible enough, then she can go ahead.
She can.
Because I think it is legal for a woman to.
Yes, I
Yes.
think in most scenarios, like in most hospitals, they can allow you do that without anybody's consent. But the
Yes.
hospitals actually say we need your husband's consent before we can go ahead with these things.
Yeah, there are hospitals like that.
Yes, there are hospitals
but-
who say that, and I think I completely agree with the fact that there should be, especially in terms of marriage, there ought to be some level of communication that allows your partner know, okay, this is what I'm about to do, even though it's my body, yeah. But this is what it. But
I
yeah,
personally don't
especially
even feel like, I feel, yeah, you should tell your partner, but your partner doesn't have a say. He should know, but he shouldn't put his mouth. Because at the end of the day, I'm
he
serious.
didn't put his mouth.
He didn't put his mouth, anything he feels, because he's not the one carrying a child for 9 months. He's not the one whose life is at risk, you know.
Yeah.
There's one girl that said that, of course, like, if all I had to do was stick it in and, you know, get someone pregnant, wait for 9 months, you know, maybe take care of somebody a little bit and have a child. Of course, I would want 1,000,000 babies, would I not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they don't, as much as, you know, they will try, they will never fully understand what that is. They will never truly understand the
Yeah.
trauma. Then, especially if, let's say, the partner is someone that, you know, is neglectful or something. I think I saw one video of a pastor that was like, he was boasting about how his wife was in labor and he went to like a church program and he was trying to say that, oh, that's how much I love God. Like, you know, I know. And then it's like,
No, sometimes I'm
Imagine.
thinking about it. I realize that a lot of men don't even show up
they
when
don't
their
show up.
wives are
And
in labor.
it's
Yes,
like,
They don't even know.
You-
like
you only
just feel it's a normal
recently
thing.
saw this video of that woman who lost her life trying to give birth. I realized that the husband wasn't even there in the video. Like
Yeah.
it was the sister that was screaming and was shouting. And I was thinking to myself, where's the husband?
Yeah,
What
I don't-
happened? How did you watch your
Men
wife in
shouldn't
distress
have
for
a
3
say.
hours and you didn't even move to take her away from that place? You know. So yeah, I kind of like want to buy into this matter because I mean it's actually a body. Even though at some point, you know that sometimes when people are maybe about to get married, they'll be like, oh, we're going to have 5 children, we're going to have 6 children. And then you give birth to the first one, you saw the shege inside. You went for the second one, you saw shege, and you said, I beg,
I don't go
can we
again.
renegotiate?
There are certain things I feel like, you know, people like, you know, if you're the person going through all that and doing all the labor, most of the labor, I don't think that the person that doesn't really fully understand, just like saying like, you know, white people should have had a say. Like black people should have communicated with white people about being free. It's like,
yeah.
it's like no. We
I
are clearly disadvantaged here.
Yes.
You don't understand it. You do not understand. You will
Yes,
never
you're not the
understand
one
it.
putting on the shoes.
You're not the one putting my shoes on every day and living life through my lens. So you don't have a say. I will tell you my intentions, but at the end of the day, you know, it's up to me. You know, and yeah, it would be somehow for you not to tell them. Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
of course,
communicate,
yeah.
let them understand. But at the same time, it's like, you know, even when it comes to living under your parents, right? You're living under your parents, and you know, there are some certain things that your parents will not allow you to do. They don't want to allow you to do because they fully don't understand how it is from your own perspective. They don't. There are some certain decisions that your parents will never see eye to eye with you. Your parents will never see eye to eye with you. So you just go and you do it. You go and you go and you liberate yourself.
This lady, she
Go
said,
and liberate yourself. Then when you come back, they pack your clothes and give you a
It really depends on the parents. It really depends on the parents.
this other
like-
lady, she said she wanted getting her tubes tied, but she had just one kid.
Okay.
And she discussed
So
it with
why
her
did she want to tie
husband.
her tubes?
She said she don't want to
Because
do it again.
Nigerian standard.
You know what?
Because one
I
child
personally
is
feel
not a
like we
child.
need
She said
more
that the
vasectomies.
husband wanted one more kid.
Yes, you
We
know.
need
said-
more
She
vasectomies.
said the husband needed one more kid.
Yeah.
The husband said, okay, let's just make it two. Then you can go ahead to get your tubes tied. She said no, that she's getting her tubes tied, that she's not going back there again. So now people are now asking this question: what do you think would be the solution to a problem like this?
She gets
She-
her
she
tubes
wants to
tied.
get
He has a
one.
problem.
She for me, I mean, I used to think that I would have maybe 4 children.
Yeah.
I would have 5, 6 because I thought, I mean, it's not just the one.
That's
It's not
another
just
thing.
to push.
People of
The
God.
messaging around
You
giving
went in
birth is
there.
very
You know,
inaccurate.
they just, traditionally our parents be like, oh, like you need 3, 4. It's like it's a standard.
Yes.
Like I have 2 children now, and there are people say, no, 2 children are not enough. I said, are you me? I'm telling you that it's enough for me. You say,
It's not enough.
So I used to actually think, okay, I'll do 3, I'll do 4, and then I gave birth to the first one. I had so much distress. I went for the second one. It was a CS, and then I was like, I don't think I want to do that thing. I don't think I want to do that again. And I just told my husband.
Yeah. And that's the thing, most men still see it from the perspective of what you were thinking before you experienced it. Most men, I'm saying, most men, that excitement of having a kid, it will override the full realization of the trauma. Because you wouldn't have thoughts like that if you didn't go through it. You didn't change your mind until you you never really knew. You never really knew. And imagine you were not the one going through that stress and you still had this, maybe that idealized. You don't really fully know until you go through something like that. And that's why, like I said before, even this tubal ligation, this thing, there should be vasectomies should be more popular.
They're saying there should be more vasectomy.
Because at the end of the day, a man
can
can impregnate 100 women in a year. A woman can get pregnant once.
Only
And from the
only
trauma,
only once a year.
once a
Doesn't
year.
matter how many times you do it, only once a year.
And that trauma will even make her not even, do you get? And I even hear that it's not as painful, like vasectomies aren't as painful and traumatic as
Really?
tying tubes. Yeah.
I saw a video of a tubal ligation, they have to put in some sort of maybe scissors or something.
Yeah.
There are
take it out.
two options. They either tie
Or
it
just
or
cut
clip
it
the
off.
tube or just
Yeah.
cut it off and then suck it out.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think it reduces the risk of cancer.
But there are some young ladies who go for tubal ligation in their early 20s.
Yes,
They like
women
before
are doing
marriage.
that now,
Before marriage, like they're not married yet. They just decide they aren't getting
They don't want
children.
children,
Yes.
At all.
So there is this other one I saw on TikTok. The lady said she doesn't want kids. And she got married without telling the guy that she got her tubes tied.
No, that
So
one is
in the
wrong.
process of them, and the man,
Trying for
the lawyer there said, how are you sure that you won't have children? She said, I got my tubes tied. And the man was like, what? And I'm not aware.
Yeah.
So
That
something
was
like
wrong.
that
That was
is, so
actually
I think
wrong.
some young ladies are actually getting their tubes tied. But I think all of those kind of things are maybe peer pressure, because you can hear this one saying, oh, I got my
But
tubes
actually,
tied, I
think-
got my
I
tubes
think
tied, and
that,
that.
okay, I watched the doctor talk about it. He said she is someone that even if you are 22, she can have that tube tied for you. Just show up. But she's gonna tell you the risk involved and whatever if you'll be having regrets. So she's going to take a while and just tell you this is the full story, this is the full thing. So be ready for it. But I think that it's possible to still have babies. Even after getting your tubes tied, it has to be through in vitro fertilization, IVF. You can do IVF here since the tubes have been removed. You can do IVF. So it's not even, but I think that the real thing is the fact that women actually are going through something and they feel like, okay, this will lessen my stress. I don't even have to ever think about it. Because you see that most men, when we talk about contraceptives, for instance, most men do not buy into contraceptives.
Yeah.
They don't want to use it.
And I even heard that they're developing a contraceptive for men that, doesn't have any side effects at all. That's, so far so good. It will stop reproduction of semen for like a little bit of time and then it returns. But like they don't have any of those, hormonal side effects and all that. And I will not like there's so many. Like
I
I'm
don't think
saying,
most men will want
most
to
men will not even
get
want
that
to.
because men they
And
need
it's like
children
it
more
just goes to
than
show
ladies.
how up for negotiation women's bodies are. Like men, they don't even want to touch or think or consider doing anything, regardless of what's happening. It's like there's so much pain and burden on being a woman in so many
Yeah,
situations.
yeah,
Especially when it comes to your reproductive health.
yeah.
Yes.
Especially
And
reproductive.
you realize that the industry isn't even trying to really. Because what do you mean that the one that they develop for men has zero to no side effects? Wow.
But
No,
You
no.
start to
yeah, but do you know how? Yeah, I think most of the contraceptives for women, all of these
Yes.
family planning methods, a good number of them, like every single one of them, have some crazy side effects. Like, so women, and I'll be wondering, okay, why don't you guys just use a condom? You know, like it's even easier.
They
Like,
wouldn't.
and
They feel condom makes them uncomfortable.
That's the funny
Like that
thing.
man I told you about in my village that has
because there are women who
that
use these things and they'll be
that has
bleeding for longer
this
periods
one
when.
has 10 children. I think she finally had her tubes tied or removed because she had the fifth one and she said the husband refused.
10 children.
The husband refused using condom. He said he does not feel comfortable using condom. She had the sixth one and everybody was begging this man. And
Calm
it's not as if calm down. They had the seventh,
Because
the
do you
eighth,
know the
ninth,
funniest part?
and
He
10.
expects the wife to take responsibility for that situation. You know, when a man doesn't want children anymore, he just tells the wife, I don't want children anymore. He just expects you to take responsibility for it. He doesn't make any effort to take any responsibility. Like, I'm the man.
Funny thing about that condom thing, I think I did a little bit of research on it. And it turns out that the reason why it would end up being uncomfortable for a man is if he gets the wrong size or he doesn't get, lubricant. Like, it's just incompetence. It's just incompetence
Yeah.
that makes it like it's not something they think of doing. So maybe even if they want to go and get protection, they go and just carry one random thing. They don't size match.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
I don't
They
actually
don't
think
still get, they
it's
just
Okay.
are so careless with it. They don't even realize that, they don't even do
There's my
research on
size,
how
yeah.
they don't do research on how to have this thing in a protected manner. And then after they've now, it's like,
It doesn't work.
Whether it's size or no size things.
It doesn't
I
work.
think some men just prefer skin to skin. Because I hear men or sometimes I hear from ladies when they
That's what I'm
said it
saying.
is
The reason why
nicer
they-
using
the
just
reason why
the
it's like size,
natural.
because when it comes to the sizes, they don't check. But if it's too tight or too loose, it will ruin the entire experience for him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it comes from a place of incompetence. Not
Okay.
from a place of
Not knowing
actually-
exactly.
Yeah, not knowing exactly
Because
what
I
to
think
do.
I actually think that, men, when we talk about the fact that women would always like defer decision making to husbands and all of that, or mothers and all of that. It's sometimes we would say it's respect, but it's actually to some extent there's a level of control in that matter too. Because if you had a little bit of love or concern for this person that you are in a relationship with, you should be willing to walk through whatever they are going through with them.
Yes.
So if your wife says, "Oh, these particular contraceptives I've put in," that there are women who put in those things and they are very uncomfortable. Like, there are women who put in stuff like IUDs and the rest, and they'll be bleeding for if they start their period, they'll bleed for longer periods. They'll bleed constantly for longer periods. They can be, if period was 5 days, there are women who can bleed for maybe 10 days, and it's uncomfortable for them. There are women who had weight because of it. There are so many side effects, and these women actually endure these things. I'm feeling like if you really love this person, you should be willing to walk through it and find what works for both of you, because the both of you are in it. So I think the whole thing is just the fact that traditionally, this is how this thing has been. The part that religion plays on one side too. Sometimes the fact that, okay, the man is the leader, or the man is the head of the home, and you have to submit and all of that.
I think one of the worst men any woman would even consider marrying is a man that has this traditional views
Mentality,
and
yeah.
mentality in his
I
head.
once had a guy that was interested in me that said, like, I'm literally like the perfect girl. Just that it seems like I'm leaning towards
Feminist.
Yes,
Hey, you look
and
like.
when men
How did he know that you're
I talk a lot.
and most men
About like
Yeah.
social climates and politics. That's me. That's what I talk about for fun. That's me trying to have an engaging conversation with somebody. And it's one of the quickest ways to
To
also see. But I will never
to see
understand.
what kind of person you are
Yeah.
dealing
I
with.
will never
Yes.
understand how you get married to someone that has such far values from you. Like, what were you guys talking about when you were
Yeah, you're right.
Love.
What
Yeah.
were you?
We're
Love.
talking about love, the
Love.
children, our
Love,
future.
children,
You know,
yes.
how many children we have, the
Therefore-
names of the children. You know,
Ask you, like, what do you think? What do you think about
Tinubu.
Like,
Okay.
And me, when I bring up this conversation, I act like I'm on the opposite side. I
Yeah.
act like I'm on the opposite. Like, yes, I'm with you. These women are yes. And you see how everything will look.
You just
And you
pour
just know,
everything
you see the person's
and
mindset,
expose yourself.
everything.
I now take a mental note.
Yeah.
Well, it really depends on the person and communicating with them. There's so many people that, they feel like I can change my world.
Yeah.
By talking to them.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I don't really think I can. Unless I have actual solid proof. But actually, what's in it for me? Like, what is in it
Yeah.
for me? What do I gain? And you want to call that selfish and women cannot sacrifice and gain. It's not like I'm not willing to, but I cannot live my entire life.
But what were our mothers really sacrificing, if you even look at it? Because
They sacrificed to the day they died. And
yeah,
Sacrifice a whole lot.
And then you're expecting to tell women that, yeah, that's just it.
that's the way it should always
You
be.
should accept
Yeah.
it. Connect it like that. It's wonderful. That's how they'll tell you things like that's how your life will be the most fulfilling. And you don't know, like, oh, feminism is destroying women. And it's like, what are you really doing? Obviously, yeah, there's some people that, they go down the I hate men pipeline. But that's
Yeah.
them. Some people just want to be seen as a human being.
Yeah.
Some
Yes,
people want to have shots. Some people want to be able to prove their intelligence. But it's so annoying. Do you know that for the past, I think, 12 years, the top GSCs, I think GSCs in the UK, it's all girls. All
Wow.
girls, like, I have been talking to chat. I think this year was the first time that a guy had.
Wow.
So, we do all these things and prove our intelligence and only to be told that no matter what you do, unless
Yeah, education
Yeah, it's
ends
very
in the
bad.
kitchen.
Very bad, yes.
even it's so obvious, I think, and it's because like maybe we were raised, multitasking and being able to
do a lot of
many
things.
things
Yeah, at a
at the
time.
same
Yeah.
time. That makes
Yeah.
you very capable.
Yeah.
And it's like in my school, I said the top 3 students for every class was always girls. Maybe 2 boys would sneak in the
Second time. Yeah.
where they'll be like, but it's always girls, it was always girls till I graduated. Maybe a few boys would just manage and squeeze themselves. And it's like, what do you mean you see something like that and then you just write off?
Right of women. Yeah.
You just write them off, you just, still consider them as being unable to. And it's like, and I remember this one video, like, the woman said, what really makes a man, she said, what really makes a man, like, able to lead? Like, what gives him the right?
Yeah.
And me, I was thinking that's a valid question because, if you want to be a leader, normally, you have to learn so much. You have to put effort and work into it. It's never a birthright, right? It's something that you actually have to prove yourself to be able to do. And I feel, most men should be able to, work hard on that and work on their listening skills and work on their, all those things that will make them efficient. But like men are watching that video and seeing it as like, what do you mean?
Yes, like men are born leaders.
Yes.
People.
Yeah.
There's some church itself.
Men are born leaders, yeah.
To shock you how many homes that the wives are covering up for their husbands.
Yeah.
The house that they're living in, the wife that bought it, but is trying to hide it.
Yes.
No, I'm even thinking that this thing is becoming a bit more popular. Like women are actually doing a lot, but are letting the men take credits. Yes, take credits.
Taking care of her kids, making most of the money in the house, making most of the financial decisions. Because we notice many women are really good with finances.
Yes, they are. They are.
So it's like they're doing all that. They're actually running that home, and then like the man is now like the image of that, and it's annoying. Imagine like doing all that, and then like you're still not rated. You can't take the credit.
You know.
One guy was like the husband is talking in the room, like you should keep quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kai.
The pastor preaching. It's always pastors. So many pastors. so many pastors, and I see so many pastors on Facebook. So many pastors. Oh,
I said so many pastors. It's like,
It's stressing it.
Women, do you know that women, we are losing women these days. Women should do this.
Kai.
Women should behave like this. Women should be like. And I'm not even trying to promote like women being problematic or people being, aggressive or people just being disrespectful.
Disrespectful, yeah.
You should be able to communicate with your husband, but you should also be able to be noticed, be seen, be acknowledged,
Yeah.
be appreciated.
Yeah,
Be
you're
given some sort of
right.
credit.
You're right.
You understand? Because you are doing a lot. Like, you're somebody, because most guys, like, that's the thing. And it's not, I don't think it's even because we have this innate ability to, I think it's just the way we are raised.
It's the way we are raised. It's the way we are raised. Yes. It's actually the way we are raised. Yes.
From when you're really little, they give you a lot of responsibility. Say, do this, act like this.
Yeah.
Girl, do this.
And aside that, we still have women that has this mentality that as a woman you still do not have her rights, maybe to talk while the husband is talking and so on and so forth. There is this lady that is taking
there are women who have agreed to
responsibility
it
of
because
the home. She's the one working for the family. The husband is stay-at-home dad, not working, and she's the one taking full responsibility.
What is he staying at home
The husband
to?
is still sitting down,
What
expecting
is
the
it?
wife to come back.
What is he
and
staying at home to do?
still cook and take care of the family, take care of the children. And when he was questioned, he said she is a woman. So whether she's the one earning or not, that wouldn't change who she is.
Aye.
She's the one that's still supposed to take care of the is it that she'll come back and expect me to wash the plates, expect me to clean children's poop? No, now. So what's her work as a woman? But this is the same person that is earning and taking care of. There are most women now, they are the one paying rent, just like you said, paying rent, but still the society, the family, they still see you as a woman. And imagine your husband, a woman, the husband can just hit you as he likes, and people would be advising you, manage, just stay, you are a woman. And as a woman, you're supposed to bear. Do you know what we bore as our mothers?
I was saying it the other day. There's a lady was saying something that's going through a domestic violence situation, and the mother would be like, it's like a normal thing. I also saw stuff like that because actually most of those parents of those days were very, very abusive.
Yeah.
I don't know how they learnt it, but they were very abusive. And so she said, stay. And there's something in our culture, there's a thing about, they say, "Esi yoyondo," that's women ought to endure marriage. Marriage is to be endured. So just stay. Only that at some point, she found out that this level of abuse her daughter was going through was even more than what she had ever seen. And so she had to change her mind as a boy. And this one, you will die here.
A young guy told me, he said, you see, women are like items, especially when you get married to them. They become your property.
Yes,
they become your pet.
Like,
so they see women as
like television.
Pets. Or you just having bingo, and then you call bingo, you sit here, bingo stand, bingo. So he said, as a woman, especially when you're married, so you become your husband's property, that you hurt him so much to see women trying to play equality with men. They look at small women, no.
Small
that,
women.
Just
yesterday.
Play equality, that they are just an item. That I asked him, so you think it's right men hitting their husband or all those abuses? He said, well, as long as you're married to a man, that a man can do to you as much as he wants because you are his pet. So
this is real, it's not film.
Seriously, real. That you are his pet, so he does to you whatever he wants.
It's not that
as a woman, you don't even have that. That's why he used to look at these feminists and laugh at them.
I mean, that's why we need to have these conversations here, because women have no business getting into relationship with such people, for instance.
Yeah.
You have no business ending up with a man that thinks of you that way. Because what will you be doing in
that kind of man, he will marry a gentle lady, a very calm lady.
Yeah, the one that looks like his mother. They always wait for who looks like their mother. Anyway, so I'm wondering, okay, what would change if women were maybe, let's say, more recognized, we are given that, because the way it looks, our society currently, in Nigeria currently, women don't have autonomy over their bodies.
Yeah.
They don't have full autonomy over their bodies. So what should be done differently? What do you think should change?
I think it all starts with the mentality. The mentality and also some social media and Nollywood, they just need to change the perspectives of what they are showcasing.
Yeah.
Because Nollywood will show you women still struggling and so on and so forth. And then social media also will bring it up here. Now we have the gay and the side about
Ahead of that guy.
so in fact, as it stands, it might become worse because gay now is trying to make the men hard-hearted towards women.
Oh, really?
And then side Abojina is trying to, also make the women hard-hearted towards men. It's kind of clash. So this Gege University and Saida Bosch University, that means Nigeria is in problem.
This Saida Bosch has a university.
She has her own university. So that's for ladies, and then the Gege for men. So Gege is teaching men now how to, don't let any man sit on your head. You have to be a man. And then Saida Bosch is also telling the ladies, no, see, you don't need to let any man do to you as he likes. So imagine now we are trying to set up things and we still have things like this going on. Like is there going to be solutions to this at all? It's going to be a complete mess unless things like that are being tackled. Let's just try to see how to, settle things.
There's this thing that I saw that progression is not a straight graph. It goes up and it goes down and it goes up again. So human beings are not people that they can engage with things newly. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of history repeats itself.
Of course.
It always does. Because I'm very sure that pre-colonization, all of this, like, women did probably have some freedom. Like, this is an issue that keeps coming up. A lot of things keep coming up. And, I think it gets to a low, then it gets to a high, and it's optimum, this thing. So that's just life, okay? So, what we should do is keep having conversations like this, keep talking like this, keep putting our voices out there, doing the things that are necessary so that, we always have an opportunity to go back. We always have an opportunity to, have some level of freedom because we've come a long way.
Yeah, we have.
We've come a long way and, a lot of people don't like it. They want us to go back to the way it was. But honestly, we can't keep doing that. We can't go back. We can't go back.
We can never go back. No.
So we need to do better. We need to.
And I actually feel like the way women were raised to, we can actually do better. Modern women should do better in raising their girls. Because if you're raising a girl and you keep putting them under the way you're doing, you make them less confident. That's why we have women who can turn on the gen when their husbands are not around. And it's something to say, I'm a woman, I don't touch gen. And then I don't make like, certain decisions
Jen?
Like, I'm not the one who buys.
Since I was 7.
Yeah,
she should not be proud of it. To me, I've been only Jen since I was 7.
Yeah, women that can't too.
Because
unless the Jen is old,
husband needs to come back and
90 out of 100, there are women who don't touch the gen until their husbands are around. There are women who don't even know how to fix the bulb until their husbands are around. There are women who something can go wrong in the house and they make simple decisions, and that's a result of how people are raised. You can't make simple decisions, so you are not confident. And it's the same thing. They go out in their workplaces. They are like that. They have to always. They can't take initiative about small decision making matters. And so I think that maybe modern women can do better in raising their girls. Now raise them like normal human being. Like you raise them and keep hammering on the fact that you're a woman. This is your position. How? No. Why? I keep saying this to your position. And so women have always seen less of themselves. They don't even think that they deserve to be loved by actual responsible men. They don't think that they deserve to actually make money. They don't think that they deserve to rise up in the ranks even when they are doing good works. They are doing good business or they are doing good jobs, So I think that women can be raised better.
Yes.
Women can actually
not just women raised better, but men as well. raise both the men and the women.
Yes, yes.
Okay, if you're giving your children house chores as a woman, share this among the boy and the girl. You as a boy, if you're cooking, all of them comes to the kitchen.
Yeah,
When they learn this
everyone
as a
should know how to
child,
cook.
when they learn
Like,
this as a child, when they grow up, it won't be a problem.
problem,
So
yeah.
imagine a boy that's always sitting down in the sitting room and the sisters
Sisters
are in
are
the
the one
kitchen.
cooking.
If that boy
Yeah.
grows up, the wife will always be the one
Yeah,
in
he
the
doesn't
kitchen,
even
and he
know
won't
what
even raise a
happens
finger.
there.
He will just stay there.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
God,
day you
I'm
ask
doing
him
like
to
this.
make
If
a
you, and
bad, they will
it will
set
remind you
the
that
kitchen
my
on
mom,
fire.
my mom actually don't disturb me when I was with her. So
Mm.
you as a wife, you won't be the one to. But a boy that has been trained and has been trained
To be able to cover every
yes, to do the
situation.
domestic chores. When he gets married, don't be surprised. That boy will always assist the wife in the kitchen, unless it's just his own is out of control or maybe peer
Yeah.
pressure. But
'Cause people
a
like
boy
that,
that
yeah.
is raised in a good home doing domestic chores, we actually assist the wife.
Yeah, help
But
the
when
wife.
it's just autonomous and the mom will tell you, oh, big boy, don't worry, your sisters will
Don't
soon
worry,
be
your
done,
sisters will
and
do
they will
it,
bring the
yeah.
food. The same thing, he will expect
And then he
same from
watched
the
his
wife.
father too. He
Yes,
also watched his
the
father
father
and the
sitting,
mother.
yes.
Yes, he watched his father.
Because these
So,
things are not, it's not,
yeah.
I don't think they're gendered skills. I think they're basic human skills. Like, you should
Yeah,
know as a person.
survival skills.
Survival skills. Because what do you mean? That means, like, if you're in a very bad situation, you won't be able to cook for yourself. You wouldn't be able to, clean for yourself, because you're used to those things being done by you,
Done
for
you,
you,
yes.
by the respective women in your life. And it's, it's sad. And they'll feel like doing those jobs and doing those work is beneath them. And that's crazy, because it's not. It's not, and it also makes me notice, like, this pattern of, like, if you really look hard, you see how femininity is looked down on. And it's in simple things such as, I think I saw this film, and I think a boy liked dressing like a girl. He liked dressing like a girl, right? So, but he used to do it and hide, like, doesn't want anybody to see. And then a girl came up to him. I was like, oh, so you like dressing like a girl? And what she said was that, to dress like girls that dress like boys, they don't get any this thing. They're just like, oh, it's a tomboy.
Yeah.
Because to be a man is to be something of pride, but to be a woman is something shameful.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
reason why there is so much hatred on the gay men. It's not because of because best believe this country, they are committing sin day in, day out. There's a reason why homosexuality is so looked down. Lesbians, nobody cares. In fact, they're happy. Oh, you like women. Because it's feminine things are like, a man is looking, this is you're a man.
Yes.
You now come
I
and
went
do
to where
now want to do all this.
Let's
That's
get-
disgusting.
Yeah.
Femininity is disgusting, except in the concept of, sexual context, conquest.
Okay.
Women are to be, they are to be taken,
Good and-
used, as something to add to you. They're not something you should emulate. It's not something you should. And that's why a lot of men have very, very difficult time sweeping or mop, because it links them to femininity. And femininity inherently is disgusting. It's less than. It's
Imagine.
it's
And these
beneath
things
them.
are very subtle, yeah.
They're very
Because,
subtle.
Yes,
Yes.
it
It's
would
very
not
subtle.
look like that,
So don't look like that until you start
but
asking questions.
yes, until
Start
you
digging deep.
Yes.
So
You
a man thinking that if he's doing this thing now, they are seeing him as
Makes
a
him
woman.
less, yeah, it makes him less, yes.
I saw this
Because it's
video.
only
I saw
like
this
your
video on TikTok where this guy got upset that his girlfriend, they are living together, not married yet. That his girlfriend went to church and didn't make a bar for him. But there is soup.
Say
He
they
didn't
make
make a bar for
Say they
him.
make a bar.
So when she returned, the guy actually went and made the gari himself.
Okay.
So when she
Shouldn't
returned,
have made
he did the gari and was about eating. And the lady said, he finally did
I went to
the
join.
gari and went to join. He carried the wash hand basin, the water, poured it on her. I was like,
Kai.
you have the guts to go to the church without making gari for me. And people in the comment section, some men were saying, you are a true man. For you to beat her at least so that she will learn
Aye.
lesson. How can she go to church without making gari for you? After this kind of
The
woman
people
now
who raise
will
this
get-
men,
So,
they
There are
know
people
well.
that are
it's
like
just
that
so
is
shameless.
scary.
They didn't raise men
think
well.
it's-
They
I don't know if
they
you guys
didn't
have
raise
seen-
these men well because
I don't think
what
have
is
you guys
that?
seen that video of that woman heavily pregnant, very, very heavy pregnancy, and she went on her knees like to serve her husband food, like, and water, like she made food for him. And this woman is the pregnancy is pregnancy, like, and she went on her knees, serving her husband,
Wow.
out of respect and all
Wow.
that. And I think it was the guy's brother. I was like, that is like, see how his wife respects it. And it's like, wow, so you really do not consider your wife a human being, because this woman is going through one of the most traumatic things, and you still have this idea and this concept that she needs to,
She has to.
if she likes bending down to give him food, oh yeah, but in this period,
But why
like it's like you're
kneel
putting your
down?
child
But
Down
that's
to
what
serve.
that's what we are saying. If we keep raising women as second class citizens,
that's how they'll see
will never
themselves.
see
Yeah.
themselves.
That woman now, she
anymore.
doesn't see her value, she doesn't see her.
They will never see themselves. Not because it's wrong to respect your husband or anything, but
Yeah.
that woman there you are seeing doesn't
Does-
really see herself as
does she
someone
even
that
respect
should be
herself as a person?
considered. Yes,
Imagine.
because if you saw yourself as someone that should be considered, you would know that the thing you're going through is something that needs you to be pampered.
yeah, needs you
That's
to
a
be-
season that you need to be taken care of. And even if you want to take care of another person, you do it out of love, and the person would value whatever extras you do. But no.
As
Women,
in
even in
pregnant.
What he should
pregnant-
have done, what he should have done is
Do
he saw it,
extra.
say, Ima, don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
kneel down.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to do all that. That's how it should
Your
be.
choice of husband is very important
Yeah.
too. Because a man that is not emotionally, physically, and oh God, imagine
Before you-
kneeling down with pregnancy.
Before you go and balance this choice of husband something, before you go and balance it, you have to go to his great grandfather. You have to go and dig and go and find out who was his great
And sometimes most
grandfather.
of these women are not even aware of the kind of man their husband is until they are there in the marriage. And that's why sometimes I don't think it's even advisable marrying someone you don't even know. People just date for 2 months and boom, they are married.
Yes.
2 months, you don't even know the character, the way this man was raised, how he is. So sometimes all those little things, you need to dip in deep. Imagine your man telling you, oh, you have to kneel down. Our mothers kneel to serve. Kneel, like if I stand, the food no go belle food you. Which kind of wahala
You're not
be
going
this
to
one?
So I think we're agreeing that women if women have more autonomy over their bodies, it would raise more confident women. We
Yeah.
raise more confident women. We're raising women who have safer reproductive health issues, because a lot of times I find out that women find themselves in certain issues and they actually need a man to come to their rescue. Meanwhile, that's a place where you should make quick decisions. You may not have the time to wait for another person to come and make that decision for you. And the time that you waited, and in fact, I keep remembering this woman that just lost her life recently, and I'm just thinking to myself, how did you get to that place? Nigeria is in such a place where it's so risky to put yourself at the mercy of healthcare systems, except it's the best that you're giving yourself. And sometimes most men are not really attentive to that. They're about, okay, this is what I can afford, go here. And if you go there and you don't have your own money and it becomes risky, you need to be quick enough, be fast enough to make the decision of taking yourself out of that place so that you can leave. So I kept thinking to myself, 3 hours? You met a delay for 3 hours in such a situation. Why didn't you tell your sister, see, I have 1 million naira here. Take me out of this place now. But I mean, this is a tragedy. The kind of women we are raising are women who can't even make such decisions. Women who can't even think that fast. Women who don't even know that they can actually get out of certain things. They have to always wait on men. Like, okay, I'm not even saying it's wrong to have a husband that you can lean on. 2 is better than 1. That's what the Bible says. And it's actually good when you have help. But if they are not there, what happens? What happens? He's not there to make that decision for you immediately. So your mind shuts down. Yeah, your mind shuts down, and then eventually you have to pay with your life because you can't make a decision fast enough. And sometimes they didn't even have monies in their pocket. So these are all of the things that if we're going to raise women who give them autonomy, allow them to be independent, allow them to be free, allow them to make decisions, ask questions as well, so that we can have women who are safer, who are more matured, who are more confident, who can make decisions, and who can even be leaders at several places, at workplaces, in church, and all of that. And you be confident that you're putting people on top without any stress. And it doesn't always have to be, it has to be a man. Leadership is male. Yeah, leadership is male. Let's not even go into that. Let's not even go into that today. And so, yes, I don't know. These are just my final words. We need to raise women who are more confident of themselves, who can actually make decisions and who don't have to always wait on men or who don't have to always wait on other people.
We also need a society that makes that possible.
And then we need a society that makes that smooth, that transition very smooth. You don't always have to just allow people to be I don't know. A woman can be intelligent and she'll still be picked, or a man will be picked over her because she's a woman. No. You can allow them have those opportunities so that we can raise better women, more confident women, and society is better off because of that, you know. I think those are my final words. Yeah.
Okay, I think my final words there is that as a woman, you have the full right over your own body. Okay? You have the full right, because if you make one mistake and your life is gone, it's gone, oh, and nobody knows you anymore. Nobody remembers you. So
Your
you
burial
have
day, they will
they,
bring
they
one
will eat
fine girl for
rice.
your
Your burial day,
husband.
they will eat rice or share bread. So you have the full right over your own body.
Yeah.
So you don't just
You need
be
to look out for
reckless
yourself,
or
yeah.
careless about your body. You need to be careful and take care of your body. And also your choice of partner, be very careful. Don't just jump into any marriage or relationship
Yeah.
for any reason. Just take
Take
your
your
time.
time.
Take your time. Your choice of partner is very important, because your partner can either make or mar you. Yes, because there are partners that can just end your life before you even open your eyes. So just be careful. Your choice of partner matters, and then you have full right over your own body without anybody making decisions for you. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, for me, I would just agree with you guys. Women should be able to see themselves in places that they are not normally seen. Women should be able to have that confidence to, rate themselves as someone that has the ability to make those types of decisions. We need a society that's safe enough for women to be able to have that ability. Education is important, supportive communities are
Yeah.
important. Like, there's so much that is involved that we need a functioning society to even have those things available. So I'm very grateful for how far we've come, and how far we can go if we keep
If we
speaking
keep up,
like this and keep
Yeah.
talking
with
like
it,
this,
yeah.
and keep making people understand that feminism is not trying to, it's not an enemy, it's not trying to make you, it's not trying to do anything or give you
Not
strong
putting you up
head
against
or
men.
trying to ruin your relationship with men. It's trying to like fix
Shape
your
you.
relationship with yourself, fix
Yeah.
your relationship with how you interact with the world and how the world interacts with you.
Yeah.
That's the goal. The goal is for you to see that you're a fully fledged human being that has abilities and capabilities. The only thing you don't really have is physical strength and
Yeah.
testosterone. Like, high key, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Women should understand that they can do it, that they are able, that they are capable. And that's all I just have to say. That's my
Yes,
final words.
and like Emma was saying, you own your body. Yes, there's a place for communication and trying to understand or trying to make the other person understand what you're going through. But in the end, you still have to make that
Yeah, it's
decision
still your
because you're the
body.
one who understands what you're going through. You're the one who fully understand what you're going through. Instance, a woman who has to go through CS 4 times and the doctor says don't do it again, and then your family says you need like 2 more children. If you go again, you're gonna die. You're actually gonna
Seeing
die
the
because
road,
it's
the
not
road
safe
is
to
gonna.
put your body through that
Yeah.
3 4 times. After the third time, I think most doctors will say don't do it again. But most men will say, oh, I want more. I didn't have this. I didn't. And sometimes if it's 3 children, I still want a boy. Stuff like that do happen. But we need to you need to take responsibility for those things. Like take responsibility as a woman to an extent. Communicate about it, but understand that this is my body and I ought to take responsibility for it. It's good to communicate, but let the other person understand. I think that's the road. That's where the part of choosing the people you can agree with about stuff who have the same value and who actually care
Yes.
about you beyond whatever. So whatever situation you're going through, you can work together through it. All right. So thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as we did, and we'll be looking for your comments. So just feel free to drop your comments, drop your ideas, drop what you think, and by
And
all means,
share.
yes, share. Then of course, just share our videos with your friends and also subscribe. Use the like button and
Yes.
subscribe to the channel so we can also continue. And then, of course, you can also drop your suggestions and we'll be there to
Yeah.
respond. Thank you
Any
so much.
Thank you.
And bye
Bye.
bye.